It has been 16 days since I was locked in a bathroom. A lot has happened since then. In those 16 days, I found a warp pipe in the cabinet that led me to another bathroom. The door is also locked in this one. Me and Luigi, we tried going through bathroom to bathroom trying to see if the door will unlock. It's not. We have no cell phone information or any contact of any kind we can have with other people. We had to drink toilet water to survive. Oh, it was an atrocious time. Toad and Woody thought they could escape by flushing themselves down the toilet. They died. There's nothing else we could do. Luigi is even having problems with medical issues, He gets uncautious a lot, and I have to pound his face over and over again. We lost. What can we do?
Well, this review is overdue. Anyway, welcome to my review of Return of the Jedi. Again, epic space opera film, by Lucasfilm. Yeah, 1983. Yeah, this is, the gist by now. It's an entire trilogy. Anyway, The Empire Strikes Back ended on a cliffhanger. But unlike Halloween, this was a cliffhanger meant to be resolved. This film, Return of the Jedi, is basically the last chapter of Star Wars. Basically, the final chapter in the Star Wars saga, at least until 1999. Anyway, this is actually considered to be the weakest, or the runt, basically any word that you can describe, like the outcast of the original Star Wars trilogy. And now, this video, I will try to figure out maybe what they're saying is true, and maybe that Return of the Jedi really is the outcast of the original Star Wars trilogy, and it is far inferior to the first two films. Or maybe it really is just as good on the same cinematic level of both Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back. Anyway, let's just get on with the review. Oh, but there's one thing we can all agree on. The special edition version of this movie sucks.
It's time.
The story of Return of the Jedi is basically divided into two parts. The first part resolves any cliffhangers left behind by the previous film, and the second part continues on with this own film's story. Now, the story in this film follows as Luke Skywalker goes back to planet Tatooine to save Han Solo from Jabba the Hutt. He sends all of his friends there, but they all get captured. But Princess Leia is able to save Han Solo from carbonite. Anyway, Princess Leia wears a interesting outfit with being a slave, and Luke goes to Jabba's palace to save all his friends until he is ordered to be executed by being placed in the Sarlacc pit, where he will be digested over a course of 1,000 years. However, Luke is able to kill all of the villains here, and all of the heroes escape completely fine. The Emperor Palpatine arrives, not in his monkey face, and tells Vader that Luke must be converted to the dark side. And Luke goes back to planet Dagobah to finish his training with Yoda, but Yoda is dying. And he confirms that Vader is Luke's father. Obi-Wan appears and tells him why he lied to Luke, and Luke soon goes back to the little presentation everyone's having where they're just telling everyone how to destroy the Death Star, the second Death Star that's still being built. And they have to destroy the shield, which the generator is located in the forest moon of Endor. So, Luke and the friends go to the forest moon of Endor while Lando takes the Millennium Falcon. And after having a speeder bike chase, they get captured by Ewoks, almost get eaten by them, taken as part of the tribe, and Luke tries to go to Darth Vader to free him from the dark side. And then the film splits into three battles. Han, Leia, C-3PO, R2-D2, and Chewbacca try to destroy the shield generator so the rebels with Lando, Admiral Akbar, and this guy can destroy the second Death Star, and Luke is trying to free Vader from the dark side while destroying the Emperor. They all succeed in their tasks, and Luke finally is able to convert Vader to the dark side while Vader just kills Emperor Palpatine. Luke burns Darth Vader, and they all have a party where Luke looks off in the distance and sees the spirits of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Yoda, and Anakin Skywalker. So Return of the Jedi does what any good conclusion to a series does. End the story. And it does that very well. It works good as an emotional story. People say it's not as dark as The Empire Strikes Back. Well, of course it's not, because Empire ended on a cliffhanger, and this is the third part, so it kind of has to end with the heroes on top. The challenge between Luke and Darth Vader is pretty extreme, especially with the Emperor in there. The battle sequences are very good, especially like the speeder bike chase and the scenes with Luke, Vader, and Palpatine. This story does have a few flaws. Like, the second Death Star is pretty unoriginal, and the Ewoks are very childish, and Obi-Wan's reasoning for not telling Luke that Vader is his father is pretty stupid, and Boba Fett has a ridiculous death, but he wasn't even a good character, so does it really even matter? Anyway, that's it for the story. I feel like it's very emotional in tone, and especially with another plot twist that Luke and Leia are brother and sister. I forgot to mention that in my plot summary, and I don't know why, but I'm going to tell you right now that Luke and Leia are brother and sister, and that's what Yoda means by another hope. He said another hope in this film as well, and he was referring to Leia as being Luke's sister. But overall, the story in this film is great as a conclusion to this series, and is also pretty emotional, and with the story of Anakin Skywalker.
Mario, we tried everything. I know. What are we gonna go? Go through the mirror? Why would you go through a mirror? It's like... Oh my god. Oh my gosh. You have got to be kidding me. I say, why would you, he says, why would you go through a mirror, or something like that. Who said, I don't know who said that, but really, you go through the mirror? I'm definitely asking someone about this.
Before I get into the characters, I just want to say that Boba Fett has absolutely no lines and has one of the stupidest deaths ever, as he is accidentally knocked into the Starlight Pit by Han Solo, and when I said his fighting skills sucked, this film proves it. Anyway, Boba Fett is a really bad character. But anyway, on with the other characters. Luke Skywalker is the main character, that he has the most focus. He becomes from a farm boy whiner to a powerful Jedi. Yoda dies in the film, but he does say that Luke is the son of Darth Vader, and does mention another hope again. Obi-Wan Kenobi tells him that the reason why he didn't tell the truth about Luke's father is because he has a certain point of view. Look, you can have anything has a certain point of view. You can put anything in the context of a certain point of view, but that it's really stupid and a really bad excuse of why Obi-Wan Kenobi actually lied. But he does explain that Yoda means another hope, as Leia is Luke's sister. Leia and Han Solo, their relationship furthers as they pretty much become in love at the end of the film. R2-D2 and C-3PO are the same droids they've always been. Chewbacca's the same Wookiees as he's always been. The Ewoks are childish and stupid. Native Americans that are teddy bears. Teddy bears that dress up as Native Americans, childish, only used to cater to children. Really didn't need to be in the film. Jabba the Hutt is a very menacing villain, and he tries to execute Luke by putting him in the Sarlacc pit. It makes him all that more threatening, especially his palace. This is not a very safe place to be. Emperor Palpatine really steals the show as the film's main villain, and he is very menacing as there is no good left in this person. There is absolutely no good in this person, and it makes him so much more creepy. Darth Vader is a more emotional character since he has the story of Anakin Skywalker and how he falls and turns to the dark side, and he's brought back to the light side before he dies by Luke. Lando takes the Millennium Falcon in the fight against the second Death Star, and along with Admiral Akbar and the guy who sits with him in the Millennium Falcon. And when I said that guy, that's who I was referring to. No, I said this guy. Yeah, that's who I was referring to, this guy. The character Admiral Akbar is mostly known for the line, "It's a trap," though Princess Leia said this in Empire Strikes Back. Anyway, the character roster list for Return of the Jedi is actually pretty strong, even with quite a few weak characters like Ewoks. It still is extremely strong as a list, and it has the characters as they should be, just as good as they were in the first two.
Somebody over free. Heart attack, Mario. Oh. Owen. We're free. Mario. We're in my house again. What are you doing? I want you, Mario. You see, I was the one who locked you in there. Locked all of you in there. And I even got Magic Koopa to give you the power to get out by using his magic wand to get the mirror. Now he had a heart attack, so he's dead. But he was alive. So it's time again. It's already been time for him to use that magic. And now it's time for you and me to spend some alone time. It's only you and me, Wario. You and me.
Another flaw with the movie is that the second Death Star is pretty unoriginal. It just copies the original Star Wars. But the good stuff about this film is so good that even if it has the most problems out of the Star Wars films, it still manages to be the second best. I can understand why people call it the outcast of the original trilogy, but that's probably honestly because it has the most problems, and because of Ewoks. Seriously, Ewoks suck. Anyway, this film deserves a 98%, and yes, I just gave Return of the Jedi a 98%. You can hate on me all you want, but I don't care. Anyway, this is the end of the Star Wars trilogy, but I heard there's a prequel trilogy. Maybe I should give that a shot. Okay, then, goodbye.
3, 2, 1, draw.